Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's we're going to be going over the all-new Buick Encore GX. Before we get into this video though, a huge shout out and thank you to the Buick here in Provo, Utah for giving me some time with this Encore. This one is available for sale for the time being, so if you're interested, I'll include a link to their inventory in the description down below. Just ask for Craig if you have any questions, and then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below as well. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a turbocharged 1.3 liter 3-cylinder that goes through a 9-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 26 around town and then 29 on the highway, with power outputs being 155 horsepower and then 174 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we go to the front end, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, you guys can see the distinctive line there in the center, and then notice it's kind of raised on either side. So we've got these pretty cool daytime running lights, but notice that we do have halogen headlights, and we've got the fog lights just down below. Some chrome trim here on the front end that leads to the Buick logo. I do like the red trim. The coloration on it is very nice. And putting it all together, I do think that for being a mini SUV, this thing looks pretty cool. Coming on the side here, tire wheel setup is 225, 55, 18 in the front and over in the rear as well. And then you guys can see with the design, you've got kind of like that metallic gray mixed in with the silver. We have these body painted fender flares here, and then notice that leads to the bodywork at the bottom, which is also body painted. The mirrors are too. We do have some chrome trim there on the door handles to contrast, and then also at the top of the windows. And putting it all together, I think that the wheels and the chrome trim, they pop out quite a bit. Now here's our key fob. We have our unlock function, the opening here for the hatch, the lock function, and then the remote start function, as well as the Buick logo, and that means that nothing happened there on the back. So pressing that, it'll pop right open. Now popping inside, you guys can see storage space back here is pretty decent, but you got to remember this is a subcompact or compact crossover, and then we do have a cargo cover already built in, which is pretty cool. And if we move that out of the way, you can see there's a spare tire underneath. And then when you're all done with the rear, just press that button right there and that will lower the hatch right back down. Now taking a look at the taillights, I think they're pretty sharp looking. We have our ST badge here in the back, and then you guys can see with the Buick logo, and then you've got your Encore GX all-wheel drive badge as well. And then more of that red trim here at the bottom and fake exhaust tip covers. Putting it all together, I definitely love the back end of the Encore GX. I think that it looks very sporty actually. Now taking a look at the back door panel here, we've got really nice padding here with the contrasted stitching. Then you guys can see one of the window controls here. Got the little door handle, and then there's more storage space at the bottom. Now with the back seat, you guys can see here with the padding, notice the stitching, and then it's like cloth here in the center, so you've got like a mix with materials. Legroom here in the back is really solid. We got a little storage pocket here, and the passenger side storage pocket is higher up. That's strange. Headroom here in the back is solid. And then this also comes with a cup holder armrest. Now taking a look at the door panel here in the front, you guys can see really nice padding, and look at the contrast of stitching that goes throughout. We've got all of our window controls here, including the front one, which is automatic. Mirror adjustments. This does your door lock and unlock at the front, and then you guys can see with the opening for the hatch, and then the mirrors do have blind spot monitoring. And then looking at the front seat, look at the stitching, the padding, and also the cloth trim all down the center. And I forgot to show you guys earlier, but look at the design in the cloth trim. That's also pretty cool. And then power adjustments here on the side, and of course a Buick plaque. We've got our light controls right here, and then you guys can see steering wheel is manually adjustable. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, we've got really nice padding all around, contrasted stitching there in the center portion with radio controls there on the back. We got some controls for the center stack, voice command controls, and we have our cruise control there on the other side, and of course our turn signal stalk, and then our windshield wiper stalk. Now there's quite a bit of glare here, so sorry about that, but you guys can see mostly analog for the gauge cluster, and then we do have that center screen, which just like other Buick models will let you scroll through different bits of info on the vehicle and then systems within the vehicle as well. And then you guys will notice that it right now is in the two-wheel drive mode. If I press this all-wheel drive button, it'll pop it into all-wheel drive mode. In reverse, we have a regular backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel. Now, as for the infotainment system, this is the infotainment system you're going to see in a lot of GM's products. Really solid system. It's very good with the response time. It's got Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and you do have physical buttons. Actually, here you go, physical buttons there at the bottom. We actually have really nice stitching here on the dash and padding, and then you guys can see down below as well. So it makes the you know, Encore feel a little bit more premium, and look at like the vent design there. That's pretty cool as well. Now down below we do have a dual zone climate system as well as heated seats here for the front, and then we have like our charging port section here. And notice we actually have this Buick snow scraper. Like, that is legit. And if you're wondering, that was just a little storage area inside of there. Now we do have some controls here for like the auto stop start, your all-wheel drive to turn that on or off, the lane departure, and then stability control. And then here's our shifter for that 9-speed automatic. Couple cup holders, got your parking brake, and then we got some more storage here. And then look at the center console with the padding. Pretty nice. Decent storage. Oh, you can lift up this lid as well for more storage. So we got some lidception happening here. And yeah, pretty good storage there too. Now taking a look at the mirror, you guys can see we've got the manual mirror dimmer, and then nothing happening up top. So here's a window sticker for the GX. First off, you guys can see the base MSRP $27,800, and this one obviously has a few options, including that beautiful $1,500 OnStar charge. $32,690 is the total MSRP, and let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility over the hood. Both of the mirrors do have blind spot monitoring. And throughout the rest of the rear. And, well, let us set off. And don't you worry, we have our Buick labeled ice scraper to save us if we get into any dicey situations here in Provo. You never know with these Provo people. Some of them are kind of cuckoo. And getting through the snow there. Good thing we're driving SUVs today. Jeez, that snow pile is kind of crazy. But actually getting up here, pretty good torque. Again, you gotta remember, this is a 3-cylinder, pretty small engine, but big power. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, and you know, V6s had like around this, well, maybe a little bit more than this, but you know, there were some pretty big engines that had power that was similar to this. It's just crazy how times change. And obviously turbochargers, right? They always do quite a bit. Yeah, the low end torque on this is really good. That's what I really like. It feels pretty responsive. It does feel even like peppier once you get up into it a little bit more. It kind of pushes harder. That's pretty cool. That's just my tripod, don't worry about that. Very smooth too for how small this is. Again, this isn't a super large crossover. It's doing pretty good though. Yeah, for this bumpy road, it's managing it surprisingly well. I'm gonna pop into the all-wheel drive mode, see if that feels different with the acceleration. Oh yeah, so it feels significantly different. You get that like all-wheel drive grip. Ooh, why is there water? Why are you watering the street? It's 20 degrees outside. Someone's just asking to create ice. Maybe that's all part of the evil plan. They're like, we're gonna make people slip. Okay, anyways, let's two-wheel drive. Yeah, I love this powertrain. It is very strong. Honestly, super impressed with how this performs. So summing things up here with the Encore GX, I actually like how this looks. It's a funky little crossover, and I like this setup because here's the deal: a lot of crossovers in this like size category usually have CVTs and naturally aspirated 4-cylinders, which, you know, some people might say, hey, that's more reliable. Fair enough, but this from a performance standpoint feels so much better with a 9-speed and a turbocharged engine. So let me know what you guys think about this new Encore.